Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be both happy and successful? If you want to live a happy and successful life, I have a small suggestion. Don't try to be perfect. Hello YouTube family, greetings from your friend Ashwani. Before we proceed, let me share a simple example. If I give you a pencil and ask you to draw a perfect line with it, what would you do? You may think, what is the meaning of a perfect line? Or let's say you draw a line big and straight and try to make the best that you can make that looks perfect to you. Now if someone else comes and draws a line which is as good and straight as yours but a bit longer, now does this mean that the old line was not perfect and the new line is? What if a new line is drawn even bigger than the new one? Maybe using a better pencil, maybe on a better paper, or simply bigger in length. So this idea of making a perfect line is a myth. That's why it is said that perfection can never be achieved. So perfection is a myth. Because if you call something or someone perfect, what are we comparing it with? The idea is to be the best of who you are and keep on improving yourself, upgrading yourself, changing yourself. Healthy competition is also good, however, understand that there is nothing like perfection. The word perfection is an idea that there is a final level to what I'm doing. But if you ask any successful sportsman, musician, artist, etc., someone who is world famous, who has already won a lot of awards, they will never say that they are perfect because they understand that the more they learn, the more there is to learn. There is no end to learning and upgrading yourself. And we all hear about successful people and businesses which later on fail. It happens only when they think that they are perfect and stop learning, stop upgrading. To lead a happy and successful life, it is very important to accept this fact that I'm not perfect, no one is perfect, life and circumstances will never be perfect. And that's the beauty of life. Enjoy the imperfections and do not try to run for something that does not exist. The purpose of making this video is to advise you to not to be Mr. Perfect or Mr. Wannabe Perfect. Because these two types of people can never be happy. One believes that he or she is perfect and the other believes he or she can be perfect. Instead of these two types of people, one should try to be Mr. Learner. Someone who is open to new learning and is always better than who he or she was yesterday. Mr. Perfect will never be better because he thinks he knows everything and there's nothing more to learn. And Mr. Wannabe Perfect will never be satisfied because no matter how much he learns, he will still be imperfect. And if he thinks he now knows everything, he will become Mr. Perfect and hence close the doors of new learning and open the doors of failure. A very simple explanation is that on a regular basis, we see that Facebook, WhatsApp, Mac or Windows, all these technologies that we use keep on upgrading themselves. Because they understand that they may be the best today, but they are not perfect. Some people complain that why do these companies keep on upgrading themselves? Why do they send these updates, add new features, etc.? But look at this. This is how Facebook looked in 2004. This is how computer looked in 1995. And this is how a cell phone looked decades ago. Now look at the latest Facebook page. Look at your phone, your computer screen. And now you will realize how important it is to upgrade. It's not only about looking better. It's not only about adding new features. It's not only about being on top or being the best. It is also about survival. There were several companies which thought they are the best. People loved them and they refused to upgrade. They thought they are perfect. Well, not only they lost their top position, they lost their existence too. Lastly, I would like to share a real life example with you. I had a very good friend. He's still my friend. I will not reveal his name, but he was an amazing singer, music composer, keyboard player. He won several awards in college and sung on stage a lot of time and was really best in his field. I met him in 2008 when I was working as an assistant director in a film, and he was also in the team. Today, after 9 years, he is still nowhere. He still does not know why he is a failure, or maybe he does not want to know it. Why he is still struggling. It is a surprise and shock for him and his teachers and almost everyone who knows him, that why is he still struggling even though he's much better than the average music composers, singers that we know who are famous. I know the answer and I try to tell him, but he is just not accepting the fact that he is not perfect. He is not ready to change himself, learn new styles or new musical technologies, or upgrading himself. Also, because he thinks he's perfect, he tries to do everything. He's into direction, production, acting, everything. I remember when we worked together, he used to be interested in direction department. He used to indulge in and show his direction skills. He used to try to tell how he's more talented than the director himself. He always wanted to show that he is the best. He was not focusing on his own area of expertise. He was and still is always complaining and finding faults in new singers, composers, directors, etc. There is only one reason he is unhappy and unsuccessful, and that is his idea that he is perfect. The day he accepts he is a good musician, but he is not perfect, he will open the doors of new learning. He will appreciate others' imperfection, and then he will not only be happy but successful. So my dear friends, don't try to be Mr. Perfect or Mr. Wannabe Perfect. Be better than who you were yesterday and upgrade yourself so that tomorrow you are better than who you are today. Like and share this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. My next video is not really a motivational video, but it's an informational video. It's about a dirty secret about your cell phone. Stay tuned.